The conflict between Israel and Hamas, including the fighting in Gaza, is now hitting home even more. We are seeing protests at college campuses across the country, including here in Metro Atlanta at Emory, Morehouse, Georgia Tech, and Kennesaw State. Joining me now is NBC's Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Now, Kristen, this is certainly a really tricky test for college presidents, but also for President Biden, who's taking a lot of heat from progressives because of what is happening in Gaza. And these protests are just turning up the heat even more.
Well, Jennifer, it's good to be with you, and you're absolutely right. This is underscoring the fact that what is happening in Gaza is a growing challenge for President Biden. First, to the protests. The Biden administration has condemned anti-Semitism on college campuses, at the same time has reiterated people's right to peaceful protests. So it's a very complicated mix that we're seeing on college campuses. The president really trying to walk that fine line. In terms of his handling of the war in Gaza, look, people are giving him low marks for that, including young people like these students that we are talking about all across the country. So that's really the challenge for President Biden. But there is no doubt that this is having a significant impact all across the country and also on the presidential campaign.
Yeah, turning now to another big story. The first week of the hush money trial involving former President Donald Trump, that's in the books now. But this Sunday, you'll be speaking with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and you'll be talking about this idea of presidential immunity and whether or not presidents can be charged for actions taken while in office. Obviously, it's a topic being discussed everywhere, from kitchen tables at folks' homes to now the Supreme Court.
Jennifer, you're right. So I asked Leader McConnell about this, and I asked it in the context of the fact that he had made comments during Trump's second impeachment trial, basically saying no one is immune. So I asked the minority leader if he stands by those comments, and he did. What is notable about the Supreme Court case, Jennifer, I have to tell you, is that the justices seemed very skeptical that any president should have absolute immunity. At the same time, they seem to suggest there should be some guardrails. The takeaway is this likely gets kicked to a lower court to decide, and ultimately that means it is very unlikely that the election interference case will go to trial before Election Day. The case that you mentioned in New York, that hush money, that case is underway. It could be the only one that goes to trial and where there's an actual verdict before voters have their say. So from that regard, what happened to the Supreme Court can be seen as a victory for Trump.
All right. Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10 on 11 Live. Kristen, thank you.